Tommy Scoville, and I know what you're thinking. Darn, you're handsome. No, you're thinking, where have you been? I had a lot I had to do. Been working on some protein stuff. I've talked to you guys about this. You know what's going on. But I'm back, and we're going to do some yoga. And you know what, people? We've talked about some of the different poses, and today we're kind of going to start moving through these things in a way that, in a way that is congruent, kind of. So there's a pattern that we're going to be going with, and these are going to be quick ones, people. This is something you could do in the morning before you go. Now, if this is too challenging, chair yoga is coming. Okay, I promise. But if this one's too challenging, then go back and work on some of the earlier posing stuff. Right? But we always start with a little bit of a warm up. Right? The idea is to just get a little bit of a stretch going. Right? Because everything that you do in yoga, we're going to be doing all kinds of stretching and all kinds of breathing. So if you're not loose before we get rolling, I'm not doing sun salutations today. I'm not. We're going to get right down into it, is what we're going to do. So I'm going to turn this mat sideways. And I am going to be starting with the old downward dog. And as we talked about in the past, we're going to try to get our feet on the ground. If you're up here, it's not the end of the world, right? But ideally, we do want to get it down because you're going to be stretching all through the back. Get it down as much as you are comfortable with. And then let's try to hold that for a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to lower all the way down, like we're doing a push-up. We're going to come back up, and we're doing the upward pose. You want to get your chest all the way out there. By the way, my junk's not on the ground. I'm hovering. You can put your legs down if you want. I'm trying to stretch my stomach as well. But get your chest up, head up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, take your left leg and throw it up into a runner's position, right? So you got your leg up here, like you're getting ready to go flying out the gate. And then we're just going to turn that into warrior pose, right? And hold that for a 30 count. You can do this, right? 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Really try to get low. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Are you burning? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Are you shaking yet? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Right? Stretch that puppy. We're going to put that on the ground. Then we're going to bring the other one up. Right? Nothing fell out. Heifer. Knock that off. All right. Now, back up. Same position, different leg. Right, get down there over at 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. You should be furling this everywhere, up through here. 22, 21, 20, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, low, 9, 8, ouch, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get our hands down. Stretch that puppy out. Downward dog, and then let's get those heels. Ooh. Back down there. Hold that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Down, up, and hold that 20, 19, 18, 17. Always be breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Right knee. And then we're going to go up this time. Right? Into that warrior pose. We got that? Are we looking warriorish? Then get down there and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't stop, I'm kidding. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Ooh. Swap it out. Get that left one forward. And then up. Same pose, different leg. Oh, it always feels different with one, doesn't it? One's always so much better than the other. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you people. Ooh, I felt that one. Now, relax. No, we're not done. Now, we're gonna make sure our shorts are in the right spot. You kind of got to be careful with the red shorts. All right. Now, I had somebody ask me the name of this. I don't have any idea. People know the name of 90% of this stuff. You know what I mean? This is Crimmy yoga. I believe that's what Quibble called it. Crimmy yoga. And yeah, there's something to that. This was definitely a amalgamation of bastardized yoga from convicts and books and whatever we could pirate in prison, kind of a thing, to be sure. But we certainly spent a lot of time on it. So yeah, I love anything you can grab a hold of, sort of stretch yourself out. Work on your breathing always. One of the worst things that you can do is hold your breath, and it's one of the first things that you want to do. It's counterintuitive to breathe through any of these processes. It really is. It's counterintuitive. But you got to do it. And if you're going to take your head and try to bend yourself over, it's really messing with every place that you breathe. So the more that you can work on this, I find that it pays off in every other pose that I do. That's pretty much it right there. All right, so we're gonna see how low we can get. Doesn't matter, but don't bounce, right? Get into the position as low as you can get and hold that position, but do not bounce. And then hold it, and we're gonna try to count for, say, about a 20, right? So 20 piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Oh, I just rotated my bezel. I was trying to remember, keep track of exactly how much time I was doing this. However, we just lost a little of that because I bumped my watch. No big deal. All right. Now that we've stretched out a little bit in that department, we're going to go back to doing the bird one that I get picked on for. But I'm telling you, people, hold on. Junk adjustment. This is one of those exercises that, for me, epitomizes yoga. Nice. Not because it's one of the poses that you see constantly, right? Although it certainly is one of the poses that you see constantly. But more importantly, how much is going on in your body when you're balancing on one foot? I mean, in any way, right? In any way. When you're balancing on one foot, the little micro adjustments that you have to make in your body to keep that going is vicious. So again, if you're down here, that's fine, right? Doesn't really matter as long as you're not putting this foot on the knee, because that's not particularly good for you, right? So that's one that we would like to avoid if at all possible. Now, as always, once you find yourself in a comfortable position, you're looking for a place in space so that you can sort of get on that and quiet the mind, which is hard to do when you're talking. But it's like concentrating and relaxing at the same time, which is kind of like yoga and sex and a lot of other cool things that require the ability to concentrate and relax at the same time. But the mind part, to me, is the part that is fascinating. It's not really the exercise. It's the ability to chill out your brain in the process of balancing and doing everything that you're doing. That, to me, is the magic of yoga. You can get to a point where you forget that there's a camera there. You can get to the point where, oh, I'll tell you what, man, from the bottom of my foot all the way up to my leg, every single muscle that I have was just being used. I promise you, you don't feel like you're gonna, but when you're standing there and your body is doing that little number, wow. I don't know how long I held that, but that was a good one. That was a good one. Come on, movie reference. Somebody, anybody? All right, people. Now the idea is you want to go with the other leg, okay? There we go. Quiet the mind. Now, that was intentional because I found myself standing in a hole. And I was kind of hoping I might be able to adjust it, but I'm literally in a hole. This is my bad leg, too. I was doing so good, but I was standing right in a hole. Tell you what. I hope my head is still in the shot. I really hope that my head is still in the shot. Now, find that spot in space. And honestly, things do begin to, you forget. Come on now. I feel like I should be on a ball, on a unicycle. Did not get as much on the left side as I did the right side, but it's the same principles. No matter what you're doing, when you're holding yourself in a pose with one foot off of the ground, the balance that it takes, the little micro adjustments that it takes. Now, I have been, there is an exercise. It's one of the great stretchers. I I really hope that my shorts cooperate on this, because if it doesn't, then I wasted all of the video up to this point. Go from the side, but this is another exercise. So the idea being, I like to get our legs stretched up there as much as possible, because we're going to bend these over our heads. And we're going to try to stretch and bring our feet down to the ground. All right? Make your jokes, but this is one of the great stretches in yoga. 1,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then we would want to bring those back up into a position to then bring them down. Ooh, wow, did you hear that? That was magic. So, yes, I can hear the jokes already. You know, I was this close last night. Anyway, there is a lot to be said for flexibility, people. This is no joke. They're saying these days that it is a better indicator for whether or not you are going to live a long life. Though it's not so much, you know, all of the other, the thing that tends to take people out more than anything is the loss of flexibility. So even just any kind of exercise, right, where you can work on stretching yourself out, right, and really work on just, I mean, balance is great, but hold a wall if necessary. Do whatever you got to do so that you can start to really stretch out, you know, those muscle groups. I'm not joking, people, when I say, and anyone who knows me in the real world, I don't sit down. The only time people see me sitting is when I'm filming. I am not a guy that sits. And it drives people crazy. I know it does. It drives people nuts. But this is my normal go-to position for everything. If I'm on the phone, if I'm texting people, if I'm doing anything, lifeboat stuff, if you're talking to me on the phone, this is probably how I am. I do not sit down. It's not a position my body is comfortable in. And I have spent a lot of time working on being as flexible as I can possibly be. I think there's something to this. I really do. Now, I didn't start out flexible. You know, this is not something that, nobody starts out flexible. Nobody starts out good at anything that they do. Get up and start moving. If you've watched to the end of this and you go, man, Tommy, what a waste of time. I mean, this is great, but there's nothing that I can do. Then get up and look at me right now and put your arms out like this, right? For real. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you know what we used to do? We would get in, and I told you, my friend Austin, he started this way, and they would say that Jane Fonda, he lost 200 pounds, people. But this was all he could do in the beginning. But when we were in the shoe and we had nothing else to do, you start out and you're going 1, 2, 3, and you're trying to do 50 going forwards, stop, 50 going the other ways. We would get to a point where we started doing it 5 minutes. See if you could do it for 10 minutes. See how long you could just keep your arms out. It doesn't matter if you have nothing around you to work with at all. Get up and go like this. 1, 2, 3. I'm not kidding, people. This was when I was at Lewisburg, you know, we walked back and forth. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. You can get in shape anywhere, doing anything. But if you've not done yoga, if you've not done anything, if you've not done a push-up and you can't remember how long, right? Just get down there and hold yourself, right? Hold yourself, plank it. I promise you can hold yourself. Even if you can't get down there and bust out a push-up, I don't think there are too many people that could not get into a plank position. And if you can't, guess what? It's time to start. Do it from the knees. Get up, start moving. For real, get up and start moving. It doesn't have to be massive. It really doesn't. But if the only exercises that we had on planet Earth was the ability to do push-ups, if this is all you could do, is sit down and bust down push-ups. No equipment, no nothing. If you could do nothing but that, and squats, where you just drop down and do this, that's all inmates do. They're all just variations of push-ups and squats, right? If they want to do cardio, right, they end up doing burpees, which is just a push-up, right, where you hop up into the air and then come back down, drop to your face, do a push-up, jump back up, right? Actually terrible for your back. They're not fantastic, but they're great cardio. I promise you, they're really good cardio. But you can do fantastic cardio without running, without doing any of those high impact things. I promise. Get out and start doing a few push-ups. Go and do this. All the way down into the bucket. 1, 2, do 10 of them. 3, it looks a heck of a lot easier than it is. 4, I promise you. 5, this will tear you up. 6, if you haven't done these before in your life, 7, it's gonna bum you out. 8, 9, 10. You should be able to do sets. But if everything I'm doing, you say, I can't balance, I can't get up and do a squat. If this is as far down as you can go, do it. Start feeling burns in your legs. If all you can do is lift your hands to your sides and do this, do it. Get up and do it. But get up and start moving. I promise, wherever you're at, you can make your movement a little bit more. If you are literally in a place that you can't, I'm glad you're watching. I love you. There are people that can't. God bless you. But if you're able to, for those people that can't, for real. You know, my best friend in high school fell out of a window and doesn't have the ability to use his arms and legs. He's what they call a partial quadriplegic. He can use his arms. His hands no longer, he doesn't have the ability to use his hands. He can use his arms. But that man has done more with his life without the ability to use his legs than 90% of the people I've met have done with every advantage on earth. For those of us who can still get up and move around a little bit, let's do it. Let's get up and just start moving a little bit. I'm not asking for you to drop 200 pounds. I'm not asking, I don't care what your goal is. I don't care what it is you're trying to do. My goal has been to get myself into much better shape because I don't want to die. And the doctors told me that for every 15 to 20 pounds that I lose, the longer I'm probably going to be on planet Earth. It is not a vanity thing. It really isn't. But I promise I'm going to keep doing this to the end. I'm going to keep working out and I'm going to keep doing it. And I've got some before and after shots coming, but I've lost a ton of weight. I will show you what it looks like with the before and after, but I've lost weight. And I'm not hungry. I don't walk around all day long. The only time I get hungry, seriously, is when I'm done working out, and I think that's kind of the way it's supposed to work. So thank you for hanging out with me a little bit. We'll keep making these a little bit tougher as we go. But thanks for spending a little time with me. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.